Today I'm going to show you some great exercises to help tighten up your triceps and build nice looking arms. The first is going to be on the cable machine, but the rest can be done with either bodyweight or dumbbells. And if you like these exercises and want some help with your own workouts, be sure to check out my online training over on femalefitnesssystems.com. When you sign up, I'll help match you to the right program. I have home and gym versions, beginner through to advanced, and I've helped so many women build a nicer looking upper body. So if that's your thing, no matter what your age, there's so much we can do. If that sounds good to you, I'll leave a link to my programs in the description of this video and you can check them out after watching. So let's get started. So one thing that stops women from getting results from their training is not knowing what exercises to do. And when it comes to your triceps, you want to be targeting the lateral head of your triceps. That runs along the outside of your arms, and when it's developed, it makes your arms look really nice, a little bit muscular, but it doesn't add size and bulk to the arms. So in my programs, we always make sure that we target the lateral head with at least a couple of exercises. And the exercise that I'm going to show you today is tricep extensions, also sometimes called pushdowns. And normally we do them standing, but today I'm going to show you a lying version. The lying version is really cool because it takes your shoulders out of the equation, which is great if you have shoulder issues, but it also means that you're laying on the bench, you're bracing, and that is going to help you focus on working your triceps better. So as I mentioned, you can do tricep extensions from standing, and you can also do them lying down. And when most people do them from lying, they usually put the bench completely flat. However, I really like it on a slight incline. And when it comes to doing any exercise, it's important that it feels good to you, that you can really feel the targeted muscle working. So there's no right way to do an exercise. The right way to do an exercise is how it feels best for you. So today I'm going to show you how I like doing them. Now, what you need to do is scoot around and grab the rope and pull it over. So be careful when you do that. That's a bit tricky. And then you slide yourself down, carefully lay back. Okay, and then tuck your shoulders back and down because we want them out of the way. And then you just start performing your extensions. Now that rope should be just over your nose, and you come back up with your hands as far as feels comfortable for your elbows. And get a good squeeze of your triceps at the bottom of each rep. So a lot of women really miss that when it comes to tricep training. They don't get that squeeze at the bottom, and that's so important. That's where all the magic happens. So you really need to lean into that bite, get a good squeeze, come back up slowly, and get a good squeeze. And if you look at the video closely, you'll see that lateral head working. You should be able to see it. And this just feels so good because I don't have to worry at all about my body, about how I'm standing, about my shoulders. I can just really focus on that burn in the triceps. And then just very carefully let it go behind you. So next we're going to do tricep push-ups. Now tricep push-ups are extremely challenging and most women can't do them from their toes. So today I'm going to show you a variation that can be a little bit easier if you're not as strong. And if you are more advanced, I'll show you how to make it harder too. Now, what we're going to be doing is doing them up against something so that our upper body is elevated a bit more, which makes them a little bit easier. So if you were to do these at home and you're a beginner, you could do them against something like the back of your couch or a kitchen bench, and you'll be up nice and high, which is going to make them a little bit easier. Today, I'm just going to do them against my bench here. So when you do a regular push-up, your hands are out wide, which targets your chest and your shoulders more. But when you want to target your triceps, you need to tuck your elbows in right against your body. That's what makes them so hard. So what we're going to do is put our hands about shoulder width apart, and your hands are braced against the bench like that rather than flat on top. And then you come up into your push-up position. Now don't let your your bottom sag and don't pike up too much either. Just keep a nice plank position. And then you lower down, keeping those elbows right against the side and back up. Now, a couple of really common mistakes is to flare your elbows. You don't want to flare your elbows because that is going to take the tension off the triceps. And also, when ladies find push-ups hard, they let their head drop. Try not to do that. Keep your eyes focused a little bit forward. Ooh. So that is a tricep push-up. Now, I said I would show you how to make them harder. So if you're more advanced, and what we commonly do in my programs is we just slow down the lowering part, which is called the eccentric part of the movement. And that really increases the tension on your triceps and is going to help build some great looking arms. So what you would do is just the same thing basically. And all you're going to do is slow down the lowering part for a count of about 4 or 6. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then up. And that is going to make them super hard. What we're going to do now is a combo of exercises that targets the back of your arms. So where you develop cellulite and sagging skin as you get older. So we really want to make sure we train this area hard. So we're going to start with Skullcrushers, and then we're going to immediately move into partial chest presses. Partial chest presses are just little half reps, so only coming halfway up rather than doing full chest presses. The reason we're doing this is we are trying to extend the amount of time that we're working those muscles. So when you hit failure on Skullcrushers and you can't go anymore, we can keep working a little bit longer by doing the partial chest presses because those work the same muscles, but they're a little bit easier. So if that doesn't make sense, don't worry. As long as your arms are burning by the time you're done this, that's all that matters. But basically, we're going for something called time under tension, which is important when you're trying to build muscle. You just want to make sure that you're working your muscles for a long enough time to give them enough stimulus so that you can develop muscle. And one more thing you need to know about this combo before I show you how to do it is that you need to make sure that you choose a heavy enough weight for your Skullcrushers so that you hit failure around 10 to 12 reps. If you hit it a little bit earlier, that's totally fine. But if you don't choose a heavy enough weight, your partial chest presses are going to feel too easy and it's not going to be as effective. So just make sure you challenge yourself on this one. Okay, so one other tip before we get started is that normally when people do Skullcrushers, they do them with their arms starting here, so straight up and down, and their hands come down by their ears, and that's fine, but I actually like to do my Skullcrushers on a reach, so I'll reach my arm back and do them from here, and that makes them harder because your arms are on a stretch, your triceps are on a stretch, which makes your triceps work harder, but it also tends to be easier on your elbows, so give them a try that way. Now, what we're going to do is we'll get those arms up above our head and then reach them back so that we're on that stretch, and then we'll do our Skullcrushers. So coming down and up, and you should immediately feel the back of your arms working. I've only done 3 reps here, and my arms are already shaking like crazy. So just for reference, I've got 7 kilos here. That's probably going to be about, I think, 15 to 17 pounds. And that is 7 kilos in each hand. So it gives you an idea for what I'm doing. And then, let's say I'm pretty close to failure here, but let's say I hit failure. You would immediately just move into partial chest presses. So now those arms are tucked right against your ribs like they were when you were doing tricep push-ups, and you're coming up, but only halfway up. And what this does is it just makes those tricep muscles, the ones in the back of your arms, work really hard. and it just extends that time that you're working, as we talked about. And you can do as many as you want, but if you do this combo right, you probably do about 10 to 12 skull crushers, and then probably about 12 to 15 partials before your arms are absolutely dead. And that is going to be a really effective way to work the back of your arms. So those are some arm exercises that are going to help tone and tighten everything up. And remember, if you want some help with your training, to head over to my website, femalefitnesssystems.com, and check out my programs there. And if you could do me a favor, if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, because that helps my channel on YouTube. Leave any questions, comments below the video, and I will get back to you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.